Ladies and gentlemen, hello there. I am Adam Ronin, accompanied by my illustrious compadre, TJ Combo.
That's right, baby. That's right.
What are we talking
doing today? What are we doing today?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. I'm clueless.
It's the Hori Mini 4. Look at this cute little fight stick for all you fight game fans out there.
Ooh, it's shiny. Got a shiny ball top. We're gonna go ahead and just break down what we think about this controller.
And you know why we're gonna do it?
Because there's a lot of hate.
This guy's getting a bad review online, and it's not fair.
It's not fair.
Not fair at all, and we're gonna tell you why.
Yep.
So I was super excited because they had a sale on this guy across the board. I mean, you could have got it on Amazon. I saw it on like Focus Attack, I want to say. Like, it was all over the place for only 39 bucks.
Ooh, that's a deal. That's a steal almost.
And I was like, 39 bucks, that's worth taking a shot on. Yeah. And I already had this big mama back here that I love, right? But I was like, well, I want to see what the little guy can do because I'm also the proud owner of an Hori FC4 fight pad. Which we love.
And you can check that review right here.
On the channel.
Right there.
So we did a full breakdown on that. It got a lot of love. It's a great review video. But this guy, at the same price point, I was like, well, let's take a look and see what's under the hood, right?
Right.
So when you pull it out of the box, it is super light. Okay.
It is light.
This is not gonna like weigh down your lap like a TE2.
It's almost the same weight as the fight pad.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not gonna wow you out of the box. I don't think that's the part that should be like the determining factor as to whether or not you buy this. But there are some reasons as to why I think you should buy this.
Tell me.
And it all comes from some of the hate that I read online.
What were the complaints you saw?
It's a toy. That thing's a piece of crap. You know, you give that to little kids or whatever. They're like, no serious pro would play with that. Now, these are the same guys that for some reason believe that whatever fight stick you're on is the determining factor of who's a better player, which is not true. I don't care. I mean, if Daigo's playing this and I have the nicest fight stick in the world made out of solid gold and boobies, I'm still gonna get my ass
like the nipples or buttons.
Yeah,
the buttons or nipples.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get beat up pretty bad. So, when I sat down and played with this, I was pleasantly surprised because it's incredibly responsive and it did what it's supposed to for $39.99.
Beautiful.
Which, that would be your hope.
That's
so
true.
you think like, what kind of features would you actually get out of $39.99?
Well, you want something that works. Right?
Right, out of the box.
Yeah.
Plug it in, hit start to play your game.
Yep.
So that was convenient. It does come with a cable that's a little bit over 8 feet long. So for those of you who are living room players, you do have the luxury to be in your comfy lazy boy with this little guy on your lap.
And I will point out
Firing away.
now, because we got a lot of questions on our last video, this controller does not have a breakaway cable.
It doesn't. It has the weights so that it doesn't have any like additional pulling on your USB, but it does not have a breakaway, which you really haven't seen much of those since like the original Xbox.
Right. Well, there's a well, other fight sticks like my TE2 has a breakaway. You know, so that is a common thing when it comes to fight sticks, but not here. So
again, not a make or break decision. Now this guy, it doesn't have like the touchpad or some of the crazier features like you see in the big boy, but it does have the ability to still share. It does, of course, you know, have full functionality through your system, so you can go through your options and all your menus. Works flawlessly with your PS4 and your PS3. So for some of you who are still playing, you know, like older versions of fighting games that are on there, get after it.
Which is actually a very common thing with Hori and PlayStation. All of their products so far that we've looked at are cross-generational.
Right.
Which is cool. So
this guy was actually tested with a multitude of games. So we tested this with Skullgirls.
Yep.
We tested it with...
Which I'm awesome at.
He is.
Can't mess with my Skullgirls.
We also tested with MKX. And we tested with some Ultimate Street Fighter 4. Unfortunately, it arrived just after the beta 3 for Street Fighter 5, so we didn't get a chance to test it there. But it tested great across the board and everything. For like you Geef players out there who know what I'm talking about in terms of churning the butter to get the SPD, I pulled that off with no problem. Now there are some huge benefits to, I think, this guy as well, for even those of you who have the big boy.
Or other big boys.
Or other big boys, right. It stores well, right?
It does, yep.
It does not take up a lot of lap space. It's comfy, it's out of the way.
And it's very, you'll notice with bigger sticks, like there's a little bit of a reach for some of the buttons.
Right.
This one you could just play just like you're typing on the keyboard.
You don't know a secret?
Tell me. I love the no secrets.
Boss Battle Tim, aka Mr. TJ Combo, does not have the biggest hands in the world. So sometimes.
Or the penis.
But no, I have to reach. I'm one of those guys that when I play on a full-size stick, I really have to like throw that pinky out there. But look at that. Look at that paw spread on there. That's not difficult for me to reach anything at all.
No.
Right? So somebody complained that, oh, that thing's for kids. Well, maybe that is actually not a downside. Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you have kids who watch you, play with this guy at home, I don't want little sticky fingers on my pro stick, but I don't mind if, I bought him this and he can sit down and play some Street Fighter with me. This is a good investment for kids.
That's true. Or just younger people or girls if they want to get into fighting game and you've got smaller hands, as a lot of you do.
Right.
This is not a bad stick to jump into. Or if you want to start playing with a stick but you're not ready to drop $200.
The best point, yes. The transition from going from a pad over to a stick is incredibly difficult. It takes a long time. You have to basically, it feels like you're relearning a game initially. So with this, it's like, man, I don't know if I want to spend $230 on the new Chun-Li Tournament Edition too.
And it's so ugly.
Right. But, everybody's getting it, so you get all hyped up and you're like, I want to buy one, everybody else has one, but $230 is a lot of money. $40 is not. You can come up with $40 pretty quickly. Try this guy out and actually see if this is the step that you want to take, or if maybe you are more comfortable on a pad. So there's not a lot of risk that's involved with getting something like this.
Absolutely.
Before jumping in to the deep end, you can walk through the baby pool.
Now,
splash your feet around.
That being said, though, for those of you that are pro players or aspiring pro players, this probably isn't the stick for you. It doesn't have modding capabilities.
It does not, and I've confirmed that with Focus Attack. It might be possible, but we're talking
like you'd have to
play.
finagle.
Yeah, we're talking about like some serious electrical work to be done. You have to pull out the bottom. This would not be.
Yeah, this isn't mod friendly, but it is beginner or testing waters friendly.
Right.
For sure.
One of the only features that might come in terms of modding is I do believe you could pull the computer board out of this and then use it if you wanted to create like your own fight stick. So you could use this and then maybe make like your own hitbox or something.
Oh, cool.
Because you'd use the motherboard out of this. That'd be a possibility, but again, that's a very advanced mod. So that's not like something that's gonna be out of the box, pop a couple buttons around and you have some different colors. So what you see is what you get.
Yep.
But what you get works, and it works very well for $39.99. I think the highest I've seen this is like $49.99, but there's sales on it constantly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's actually sales on Hori stuff constantly, especially on Amazon. Shit's always discounted. So you could get it for potentially even cheaper if you did it at the right time.
Is this a purchase or is it not a purchase? I've got this. You've got a big full.
I've got a T.
You got it too as well. And I still think this was a good purchase.
Yep.
The other night we sat down on the couch, and this was a really cool thing to have for when you have a little couch co-op going on.
Yep.
Right? He has an Xbox, I have a PS4, and neither of our sticks are dual modded.
That's right.
So we had the ability that he could just sit down and we both could just plug away on some sticks.
Or producer Gordy, who's got the smallest hands of anybody you'll ever meet. Finally, there's a stick for him.
Right.
Right, Gordy?
My little guy is like, oh, Dad's playing Street Fighter. What do I get to play? I'm like, you can use this and not get this all sticky. There's a ton of benefits to this. Like I said, this is not going to be the make or break between you being a good player or a great player.
No.
You didn't get this and you won Evo all of a sudden. Those guys won Evo because of a lot of practice and a lot of hard work. So don't ever think that the pad or the stick is going to be your determining factor for greatness. That comes down to the grind, the practice, the hard work. So all of those negative reviews that you see online about that, throw those out the window. Because chances are you didn't see that guy in top 5 at Evo either. No. So don't listen there. But it works. It does what it's supposed to, right? What's the longevity of it? I couldn't say. But let's say this thing lasts a year and all of a sudden it doesn't respond as well and maybe the buttons aren't as clicky as they once were. Spend another $40.
Spend another $40, or by then you'll know I'm really into sticks and now it's time to invest.
And then if you put a year into it and you're like, you know what, now I want to go into this guy.
Yep.
In that situation, I think it's a buy, and for me, it's a buy. I bought it. Yep. I love it. I have no regrets, and I.
Well, and it's funny because I don't have a stick for my PlayStation 4, and I'm excited about Street Fighter 5, but I don't want to spend another $200 on another stick because I've already invested in my TE2. I wouldn't mind picking another one of these up, just so I could get the most out of Street Fighter 5.
Right, and again, you play like Killer Instinct a lot, so you have an Xbox stick. Maybe you're not necessarily interested in doing a dual mod, which a dual mod can cost $50 if you do it on your own. and it could be even more if you have to have somebody else do it if you're not so inclined with opening up a stick and modding things yourself. So, boom, there you go.
Boom. Boom.
Purchase.
There it is. So we recommend, and go ahead, check it out. We'll link to the Amazon link here in the video. Try it for yourself. You know, don't take our word for it.
Yeah.
Buy that. Try it out.
You know, and we're really good about questions and stuff too, and all of our other review videos. If you have questions about this, you can put them in the comments.
Oh, we'll answer you immediately.
Yeah, or you can tweet us.
Yep. There's Twitters. We got you covered. And thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. After you hit that subscribe button so you know when we're going live on these videos. You know what I'm saying?